What's going on, Canes fans? Well, however many of you are left out there, because the numbers are dwindling, welcome to episode 8 of Walking and Venting with Coop. If you're new here, this series is exactly what it sounds like it is. It's me walking along the edge of my property while we vent and discuss a very hot topic when it comes to the Miami Hurricanes. And the point of this series is to bring up controversial topics. Real quick, I need y'all to understand that. So many people hop on videos in this series and they say, Coop is being so negative. I can't believe I'm seeing this side of Coop, when that is the literal point of this series. So if you don't want to discuss hot, controversial topics, things that are going to get people to debate down in the comment section, then just skip this series. I'm just being blunt and honest. That's the point of this thing. And a lot of you are going to see the title, man. I probably labeled it something like Miami Hurricanes will not win another game. And what we're going to do is we're going to discuss it in this video. I'm going to go game by game with our 5 games that we have left. And we're going to see if we think that we can realistically win any of those games. The reason I didn't pose it as a question in the title is because YouTube says that viewers hate that. The analytics don't lie, and they say that when you make a statement as opposed to a question, more people watch it, and this is my literal job, so I got to get the views, right? Just being blunt and honest and real. So let's just dive right into it, man, and I want to see your opinion down in the comment section. Hear me out, what I have to say about each of these games, and then I want you to form your own opinion and tell me if you think realistically Miami can win any games that we have left on our schedule. So we know right out of the gate that we are 3-4 at the moment. We have 5 games left in the season, and I made notes for each team so that way we can stay on point here. So coming up this weekend, we take on Virginia. The Cavaliers on their turf. And this one is an interesting matchup because they have the same record as us. They're 3-4. I'm keeping it real. Bro, they're not a good football team. People are going to hype up quarterback Brennan Armstrong because, you know, he has all this experience. He's like a 12th year senior or some nonsense like that. But the dude has thrown more interceptions than touchdowns so far this season. 6 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. Now, last week, Virginia did beat a bad Georgia Tech team. But, man, that game was tough to watch. It was kind of like the battle of which team is worse. And the final score of that game was 16-9. And let's not forget that Virginia also lost to Old Dominion, who for some reason people were hyping up at some point because they beat a couple of teams, but they're also not good. Let's just be honest. The problem here is, I'm about to say something that's common knowledge around here. Miami's not good either. Given what just happened against Duke with the 8 turnovers and just getting mollywopped by a basketball school, I can't confidently say that I think Miami can beat Virginia. You know, we haven't shown that we can finish any game. Honestly, I don't even count Bethune or Southern Miss. And again, Virginia Tech almost got back in it. So right now, I can't confidently say that I think that we beat Virginia. Just being honest. Moving on the week after that, Florida State rolls into town. The in-state rivalry matchup. A team that, boy, them fans were talking some serious trash at the beginning of the season. FSU undefeated, best team in the state of Florida, and now they've dropped 3 games in a row. But let's also be real here. That is to Clemson, NC State, and Wake Forest. Not in that order. But they also played all of those games relatively close, which is something that I feel like Canes fans can confidently say we probably wouldn't do. The final score in the FSU-Clemson game was 34-28. No way we're putting up 28 on Clemson later in the season. Spoiler alert, we're going to get to them here in a moment. 19-17 versus NC State. They could have won that game. It was a close one. I'll give them that. 31-21 against Wake Forest. 10-point loss, you know, but still they hung with the Demon Deacons. Bro, I feel my blood pressure rising, man. Here's the interesting thing with Florida State. They're a better football team than us right now. I know. Yo, bro, Coop. Whoa, Coop. It's just facts. Florida State just realistically is a better football team right now. Year 3 under Mike Norvell. Some things are starting to come together. They're starting to gel. The chemistry is there. They've still got some glaring issues, but they're better than Miami right now. Here's my argument. Here's the thing. It's still a big-time rivalry game. I feel like if the Miami players and coaches are going to get up and get hyped for a game, the Florida State game would be the one that they do. I mean, it's at home. It's at Hard Rock. I still think even if Miami loses to Virginia and they're 3-5, oh, jeez. 3-5 going into that game, still going to have a pretty good turnout fan-wise. I know you guys don't believe me right now, but it's probably the game that most people are still looking forward to on the schedule. And I'll be there. I'm still kind of hyped for it, just being honest. That one I'm going to put as a toss-up, actually. Florida State should win that game and probably will win it. But I'm going to put it possibly as a toss-up just because of the history. A lot of times you can throw records out the window in that game. So moving on, I don't want to spend too much time on the Seminoles. We then travel to Atlanta to take on Georgia Tech. This is another team that is not good, bro. Let's just keep it real. They have the same record as us, 3-4. They're only averaging 16 points per game. It's pretty bad. We thought it couldn't get any worse than us. That's pretty darn bad. They have an interim head coach, but they also beat Duke, who we obviously couldn't take care of, and they beat Pitt. Pitt's also been a little inconsistent. We'll get to them here in just a moment. If Jeff Sims wasn't playing, because he got taken out in the Virginia game and they ended up losing that one. If Jeff Sims wasn't playing, I would say that might be the other game on the schedule that Miami could possibly win, because I really feel like Georgia Tech is bad, man. They are really bad. And again, this goes without saying, I'm not saying we're good. Please don't take it that way. I'm not. I'm just saying that doesn't make Georgia Tech good either. They're not. Interim head coach. We should be able to out-coach them in that game. But after watching the Duke game, a first-year, first-time head coach, Elko, we still got out-coached in that one. So I can't confidently give us the win in that one either. Bro, I can't. Oh, that makes me sick to my stomach. But that would be the other game that I would have circled as a maybe. So right now, Florida State is a maybe. Georgia Tech is a maybe. Moving on to Clemson in Death Valley. Dabo Swinney, 8-0, undefeated in the ACC. No way we win that game. We don't hang with those guys. I'm talking we're looking back to like another 58-0 beatdown sort of game. It's going to be absolutely disgusting, pitiful. I hope to goodness they don't put that game on like ABC for some crazy reason, or even on ESPN. Radio broadcast only, maybe Bally Sports Media again. I don't know, but we are going to get embarrassed by Clemson. Maybe there's a little bit of a QB controversy there. I think they pulled DJ in the Syracuse game. Yeah, they barely beat them, but they still beat them. It's college football, man. Sometimes it's going to be a close game even when it shouldn't be. But at the end of the day, guess what? They handled business, and they got the dub. No freaking way Miami hangs with Clemson this year. I'm not even second-guessing that one. And wrapping this thing up, final game of the year, Miami travels back to Hard Rock to end the season against Pitt. I've had this game as a loss going all the way back to July in my way too early season prediction video. And I'm going to keep it real. I still have it as a loss. Pitt is not perfect. They've definitely had their struggles. I mean, again, they lost to Duke. They're 4-3. On paper, we actually look very similar. And I'm talking about just like... not every stat category, but I'm talking about like points per game, points allowed, average passing yards, average rushing yards, each of those respective categories allowed against them also very, very eerily similar on paper, actually. They have one more win than us this season. It's interesting because they hung with the Tennessee Volunteers early in their season. And look at Tennessee, man. They took down Bama. They're undefeated. Like, it's wild that they hung with them and then they've had these other things happen. But, you know, as the season progresses, injuries happen. Sometimes the wheels just fall off. Things go south. It is what it is. When the hype's no longer there, it's a whole different scenario and situation. They lost to Louisville 24-10 last week. Last week or the week before, the last game they played. I still, like I said, I can't give us a win in that one. Definitely can't. So my personal opinion, can the Miami Hurricanes win another football game this season? I cannot confidently say yes. I can't. I'm not going to stand in the paint and say absolutely 100% not, just because it's the crazy world of college football, man. Let's keep it real. Are we blowing anybody out? I don't think so. I don't think we can blow out Virginia. I don't think we can blow out Georgia Tech. I think no matter what, if we do get any more wins, it's escaping with the victory. It's by no more than 7 points. I'm just keeping it real. And the only two that I have questioned as a maybe, is Florida State and Georgia Tech, and both are actually probably losses. I'm going to keep it real. Honestly, Florida State is definitely probably a loss also. Let's just be honest. So the only one that's a maybe really is Georgia Tech. So we're talking worst case. No, we're talking best case scenario is probably 4-8. Maybe 5-7 if a miracle happens and we get up and we play against Florida State. But probably 4-8 on the season. And you know, what's crazy is I've thought about this, and yeah, I'm upset. Yeah, I'm emotional, because I still hate losing. But is it wrong for me to say that since we know this is the situation we're in, we know it's not a quick turnaround, it's very obvious, maybe this is what we needed? Now, hold up. This is how we're going to wrap up the video. This is a shorter episode this week. You're going to be like, Coop, what are you talking about, bro? Maybe we need it to all come crumbling down. Maybe it all just needs to burn to the ground so we truly get a restart. Now, I don't want that to happen. Didn't want that to happen. I would have rather it just been instant. You know, Mario comes in and, you know, we have a pretty good year this year, and then we just continue to build off of that. The problem is, again, it's already too late for that to happen, guys. With that being said, maybe that's what it takes. A full-blown reset. We want to rebuild the culture. You know, we're going to see what these guys are made of, what the coaching staff is made of. We'll see who sticks around after a 4-8 season, 5-7 best case scenario. We will see who sticks around. And we'll weed out some guys, players and coaching staff. I'm just being blunt. Again, I didn't want it to come to this, but again, maybe it's what we needed. Maybe it really is. It's so much worse than what we thought. Burn it all to the ground. Is what it is. And this also tells me, look at how bad the Coastal really is. Like, man, we knew the Coastal was trash. Really, we did. I can't believe all these years, and we've only played in the ACC Championship game one time under Mark Richt. That's it. And look at how bad the Coastal is, man. We can't be in the driver's seat in the Coastal. It's probably going to be North Carolina versus Clemson. Mike Brown gets spanked by Dabo. Who cares? Bro, I hate that. I absolutely hate. We're playing in this pitiful conference. And the Coastal's just a mess every year. But no one is good in the Coastal. Cool. UNC's, I don't care. Nobody's good in the Coastal. The Coastal blows. Straight up. It always does, always has, probably always will. We're being honest. So, no, man, I can't confidently say that Miami will win another game. I've got Florida State circled. I've got Georgia Tech circled. But they're probably losses also. We might squeak one out. We might, bro, might. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. This was a little bit of a different walking and venting. Normally I don't look at notes. Normally it's a little more raw. But I really just wanted to take a quick look at each team, and I want to see your response. You don't have to give a team by team breakdown if you don't want to. You can critique mine, and you could just give a record. You could say, no, we win no more games. You could say, yes, we win 1, yes, we win 2, or you can give me a final season record. Whatever you want. I want to see how you guys feel. Let me see some participation. Let me know, man. And hey, I wanted to let you guys know, shout out to everybody who made it all the way to the end of the video. I'm going to be pushing this up to the FSU game, but for those of you that are still attending, I'm going to be giving away some wristbands for free. So hopefully you guys can see this. On one side, they say Coach Coop, and on the other side, they say Cane for life. Because yes, I am a Cane for life, and the reason it doesn't say Canes for life, as in like Miami Hurricanes for life, is because when we're Miami Hurricanes fans, I feel like we are Miami Hurricanes. Like, you are a Miami Hurricane, right? You're a Cane. I'm a Cane. So I'm saying that I am a Cane for life. No matter what, ride or die. And I've got orange ones and I've got green ones. They say the same thing on both sides. But man, come find me at the FSU game. I'm going to be giving them away for free. I have around 300 or 400 of these things. Literally walk up to me and I'll hand you some, man. So really looking forward to meeting you guys at the FSU game. I'm going to party it up and have a good time, bro. Win or loss, I'm not going to let it ruin I'm spending like 4 or 5 days in Miami, man. I'm going to come down there and have a good time, bro. Hey, I'm going to do what I got to do. But hey, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for the love on all the videos lately. Let's see if we can do this little outro. The sun is going to be blinding. Oh, here we go. We'll look all angelic here in the outro. Hey, remember though, guys, we're all one big happy college football family, but at the end of the day, I gotta say, it's always better when you get to rep the U. Coach Coop, peace out. Hang in there, guys. Hang in there.